put together that if one falters, it can affect many other areas. It's a system. So for the wealth and the health of the body, each system must be functioning well. You know why that Ponzi scheme is not going to be able to function well? Because once in a while, as you grow in it, one area or another will not be able to function well. Because you might not be able to bring in the number of persons that you are expected to bring for you to get to the desired position, and as a result, the whole thing will crash. But the people who put the system together, have they benefited or they've not benefited? So they created something that made them to become rich. It's a system. Do you know men who are in authority? They have power to create systems. Do you know when they put taxation over certain things, it's a system? Wait, I want to ask you, do you bother most times when what is deducted from your account, now that you know, because you have a phone that gives you your SMS balances? They take 50 naira from your phone. Does it mean anything to you? Take 100 naira from your phone. Does it mean anything to you? But you know it's a system that somebody created, and they call it what? Maintenance fee. What are they maintaining? What are the banks maintaining? Are they maintaining your phone? Huh? They say they are maintaining their office. And then there are other ones they call, what do you call it now? Charges. Bank charges. Then there's the one they call withdrawal charges. And then there is SMS. So they are the ones you didn't pay, you didn't tell them you want SMS. But because they created a system, it is a system by which they want to take something from you. So even if you have 10,000 naira, in 5 months or 6 months, it will not remain 10,000. Because all these little deductions makes the money to drop. What is that? Somebody says system. That somebody created. Now wait. 50 naira to you means nothing. 100 naira to you means nothing. And they take 100 naira from 5 million people. On a daily basis. Or even weekly basis. Monthly basis. How much is that? Huh? So you can imagine why banks declare so much profit. A system has been created. Let me ask you, which one have you created? Sharp minds make money. It's a wealthy place. May hunger, may stress, may the issues of life that have beaten you drive you to a spiritual dimension where you can download ideas through which you can build systems. I was reading, a young man developed an app. He just sat down and developed an app. That app began to bring in a lot of traffic. When he was to sell the app, he sold it for about 10 billion. A young boy. Not naira, dollars. Just developing an app. I told us how I went to Kenya, and the young man that God helped us to meet, Kula, was a taxi driver in the US. instruction to get back into Kenya. He got back. And in the place of prayer, God gave him the wisdom to develop an app that banks use in transfers and receiving without the people going to the bank. He just told me all he did was to create that thing, and he put his charges when he gave to them. For every transaction, this is my own percentage. So for all transactions, money just keeps coming in. It's a system. I want to ask, does it follow the system? No. He has built it. He has built it. Is it working? Yes. Is it making money? Yes. The government comes and they say, want to put a toll gate. How do you know it's a system? Toll gate. Every car that passes pays. And from that toll gate, to shock you how much people make on a daily basis. Most of it do not go to the government. It's a system. Why do Agberos kill themselves? For the position. A boy who never went to school, during one of the governors, this last, what do you call it now, few tenors ago, administrations, celebrated his 1 billion naira wealth. 1 billion. He didn't go to school. System. I pray and prophesy that the Lord oil our heads with grace to build systems. To build systems. To build systems. Let that become our wealthy place. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Shout, I hear you. The world is ruled by ideas, we say. But no idea is of any importance if that idea will not produce something for you. May you build ideas, receive ideas that can be translated into a value that somebody would need, by which and for which the person will be able to exchange that value for money. I pray that becomes our reality in Jesus' mighty name. Some people do not build systems, but they just build an idea into a business. Have a business. And they work on the business till the business begins to grow and grows large. The business is different from your craft. You might have studied a craft, learn how to do something. That might not necessarily be your business. Am I speaking now? But your own craft also can be your business. So which means you are not tied to what you trained in. Business can come from any and anywhere, everywhere. Take for instance now, the Tantita project. That the young man, you know his name, called Tompolo, has from federal government. Does it involve anything craft? No. What is it called? Pipeline surveillance. Is it a business or it's not a business? It's a business, a contract he received from federal government. And on a monthly basis, trillions are paid to him to secure pipelines. So what does it do? Gathers boys who did not go to school, who maybe might have even gone to school, jobless, and just says, begin to patrol, either by boat or by car. Some of them might not even go there for 1 month. Some might go there only twice or thrice in a month. But at the end of the month, they get paid, true or false? Because it is the business he has received. And it is a running contract, a running business. Some people, they have the contract of supplying staff. It's a business. What do you call them? HRO. Human resource managers. They recruit staff for companies. It's an idea. And some people are big in it. Very big. And when they give this staff, company pays them. Then they pay their staff. Abai? The main company that they got the contract from might be paying them 100,000 for each staff. Some of them pay their staff some 40, some 50. The good ones pay maybe 60. Extra good, 70. Extra good, which we hardly see. So on top of each person on a monthly basis, a person is receiving how much? 30,000. He's not doing anything. But they are working for him. It's business. Idea. Imagine that kind of man having 100 staff recruited to different companies. How much in a month? 30,000 times 100. So imagine how some people make money quietly. If a man is making 3 million on a monthly basis quietly, will you say that man is a small man? Will you say he's a poor man? No, he's a wealthy man. Because as in 10 months, that is how much? 30 million. And with that, he can begin to invest in other businesses and have assets. As much as he has liquid cash, he begins to develop many other sources of income. So if you say you are doing business, what does it bring to you? What kind of business are you doing? How much comes in? The reason about business is that if you are not involved directly, will the business continue to run? I'm doing business. What's your business? I'm doing sales. I have an office where I'm selling things. If you are not in your office to sell, will the business continue to run? So we need to look into all of this. He brought us into a wealthy place. That's why I said, he says it's a land that floweth with what? Milk and honey. The land is yielding. The business is yielding without you needing to struggle. That's a dimension. And I pray that God give us that in Jesus' mighty name. We also might not realize this. But please, the wealthy place also can be very good relationships. Because it's relationships that take us to the places where we go to. You relate with people that have ships. Every ship has a destination. Yesterday, after service, or when I finished, I entered into worry for a Thanksgiving service that Papa Ayo had to do for the plane crash or plane explosion that he survived by the mercies of God. That should have happened, that didn't happen. I was in that plane. I was in that aircraft. Now, look at this. Did we do our own small Thanksgiving here that day? Yes. Papa also did two Thanksgivings. in his church. But can I tell you, somebody he is related to, somebody who is a friend, a minister, walks up to him and says, "Sir, I know you have done your thanksgiving, but to us, we have not thanked God with you. We want to come and thank God with you." Who is we? The person speaking is an archbishop. A one-time PFN chairman of the state. Is it PFN or CAN chairman of the state, Delta State? And he says, "I want to come with all the pastors under me. I want to mobilize government to come. I want to mobilize the Shekiri pastors, the Ijo pastors, the Urobo pastors, the Isoko pastors. We all want to come and say, thank you, God, for sparing the life of our father." One man. And that man went. Papa was saying, "Please, we have done the thanksgiving." He said, "That's yours. The state and we want to do now." Do you know, because of that one man, yesterday, when I got into worry into the church, not minding how traffic tried to hold me back, I got there. I was shocked. Government House was fully represented. This was the first time the governor, sheriff, was entering into the church. There were other occasions for which he had been invited, for which he did not come. But by relationship, somebody pulled him. Not only did he come, the deputy governor came. Speaker of the House came. The three most powerful persons in the state were there. Then commissioners, assembly members were all there. Then fathers of faith in Delta State were all present. Almost all of them. If I didn't see maybe one or two persons. Then pastors of the different ethnicities were all there. The whole place was jammed in honor of a man. Why did that happen? Relationship. You are as wealthy as the relationship you keep. You are as wealthy as the relationship that you keep. If those who you relate with are all broke, you are a broke man. But if those you relate with are rich and wealthy, you are a wealthy person. So when I'm talking about a wealthy place, I'm also talking about what? A wealthy relationship. One man who happened to be one of the welfare personnel in a very powerful church in this country said, when people bring things for welfare in that church, he himself who has money, is rich, very comfortable, travels the world. He said most times he feels like even taking some of the things they bring for welfare. Some of the shoes that some of these men bring. He said when he looks at the shoes and looks at his own, he's almost tempted to drop his own in exchange for those ones. Because these men who we are talking about are wealthy. One shoe, 2,000 pounds, $3,000. That's how. I went somewhere. I won't need to call the man's name. I went to the house, his wife's place with the daughters. And we were just talking. I said, well, that there was a particular time she was in church and they were calling for a particular seed. And she just felt, well, let me just give something. Let me just help and give something. She just took off her wristwatch and just went and dropped it. And then you know what she said? She says, I hope they understand and know the worth of that wristwatch. Then I asked, how much? He said 23,000 pounds. 23,000 pounds. Calculate, please. She just pulled it and dropped. Why? To the wealthy, 23,000 pounds is like 23,000 naira. About 46 million. So, to her, she just pulled it and dropped it. Because in the house, she has more. It's nothing to her. Imagine having such a friend who says, I just want to go and rest. Like one of my friends, Zilly. I saw him in Warri. You know what Zilly said? He said he has this friend because I went to preach for him during his 50th birthday. And I saw this man, quiet, sat down. I saw one car I had not seen somewhere outside. So when we got talking inside, I will bring that car when we see the outside. That kind of dangerous car. He said, it's the Capone. I said, it's the Capone. I just saw a man. He just sat quietly with a bowler hat, almost covering the whole face. He was just quiet. Wasn't talking. Looking very simple. And he says, my bro. I said, that guy is bad. He said, on a daily basis, he makes, as at that time, about some 20-something million on a daily basis from one of his oil companies. Makes how much? About 20-something million on a daily. This is about over 10 years ago. He says at some weekends, the man will just call him, what are you doing this weekend? Let's just take a stroll. It's okay. Where are we going to? Honolulu. Where are we going to? Caribbean islands. Where are we going to? Dubai. And so when he flies with 3 private jets. Just like you have escort. The money too much. They don't know what to do with them again. Wealth. Imagine having such a man. He says there are certain weekends he will just call and say, I just sent you 40,000, 40 million. Just to hold your hand for this weekend. Like somebody they send you 40,000 naira to hold for the weekend. That man will send 40 million to this my friend just to hold for a weekend. What's a weekend? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How does he spend 40 million in a weekend? But that's the state of the rich man. Alexander the Great was asked by one of his generals, why did you give a poor man a gold coin? And he looked at the man and said, the man doesn't deserve it. He said, yes, the man doesn't deserve the gold coin. But me, I am worth the gold coin. I'm not worth anything less. So I don't give anything less than who I am and what I am. It doesn't matter who I'm giving it to. I give according to how I have been blessed. I don't give poor men poor things because I'm not poor. I give poor men rich things and big things because I am rich and I'm big. That's what relationship is all about. If you have a great relationship, it will tend towards your own greatness. That's why we have to cultivate very healthy relationships with people that matter. Pray for it and go for it. Look at Jesus. He was deliberate over the matter. Went to Zacchaeus and said, today I will be what? A guest in your house. Who was looking for who? Zacchaeus thought he was looking for Jesus. Rather, it was Jesus looking for Zacchaeus to make friends with him, because there was something that also will go by reason of that relationship. So the wealthy place is a symbolic place where we must, with wisdom, cry to God to take us into.